Is it bad to be greedy in sales? Now, you may be surprised, and this is an important question. I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about motivation, right? You thought I was going to talk about greed, which I am, and I'm going to talk about some motivation. So first, let's set the table. Let's have the conversation that we need to have. You as a salesperson, you as a sales manager, you as a business owner, there is a certain level of motivation that you have to have, and some of that comes from money. So I want to distinguish two things. There's difference between motivation, like I'm motivated, I have goals, there's things that I want to do, and greed, where this greed person over here will do anything possible to make a sale, to make some money, to extract money from a buyer, okay? So first off, motivation, not bad. Motivation, fantastic. Motivation is really good for you. You really want motivation. That's cool. Let's put it up on a pedestal, right? Be motivated. Have some goals. Have some things that you want to do. But greed is going to cause some problems. And this is what I see, is a salesperson will go in for a deal and they'll agree on a price. Let's say $15,000. And in their mind, they're like, hey, $15,000 is a good price. It's everything that I want. And the buyer jumps on it and says, yes, let's do it. And then the salesperson in their mind, they're like, well, wait a minute. They just said yes automatically? You know, maybe it wasn't that I gave a fantastic presentation and I did everything right. Nope, I left money on the table. So how can I go back and extract more money? And the greed kicks in, okay? So you got to know that this happens to buyers too when you do discounts too fast and your discount strategy isn't right. It'll create a problem for you if you're discounting wrong. But as a salesperson, when greed kicks in, when greed kicks in, you're going to have a problem with self-sabotage because you're going to start making mistakes and you're going to start trying to add stuff in. You're like, hey, they went for my project over here, which is cool, but I probably could have added in a couple more grand. Hey, you know what? You made your deal with it, find another buyer, sell another product. But when greed starts kicking in, you got to be careful. Now, some industries, if you do that, it's against the law. I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to be one. I'm not going to tell you that I am one. Check with your own legal advice and your own legal counsel. Not me, right? I'm a guy who shoots YouTube videos and does podcasting, cool stuff like that. But greed, motivation is good. Motivation is fantastic. Greed over here is bad. So here's what I want you to do. Have you ever lost a deal? I'll point to me. Have you ever lost a deal because you got too greedy and you went back and tried to get more than what you should have, and the deal was done and you undid it? You unwound the deal by being too greedy. On the other hand, if you've never done that yourself, leave a message that says, yeah, I've seen people make this mistake. I've seen salespeople, have to unwind a deal or cause the deal to be unwound because they got too greedy. Motivation's good, fantastic. Greed is going to be bad. It's going to cause a lot of problems in the sales process for you. And what happens is this becomes progressive. Because as salespeople struggle, there's a common trend. I'm going to give you the common trend as salespeople struggle. What will happen is, let's say that I am a struggling salesperson, and I go to my sales call, and they're like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I need to make more money, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up my process, and I'm going to take elements out. And I'm going to get to the end of the call, and I'm going to have to discount. And I didn't make the sale. So why did I not close some sales? So I go to my next sales call. Guess what happens? I speed up the sales process some more. I remove some more elements. I have to take a deeper discount to make the sale. Not good, okay? So this progression just keeps rolling. So here's the thing. If you've made your money, you've made your deal, you're going to get paid your commission, cool, good for you. Nothing wrong with that. Greed, on the other hand, can cause a lot of problems in the sales process and leave you with sales sabotage. Not good. So from here, you got one thing to do. Just one thing. There's a subscribe button on the side on the box somewhere. Click on subscribe, and every time I send out a video, be like, Sylvan Bell sent out a video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.